What's up, world? It's your favorite hybrid investor agent from Metro Detroit, Dylan Tanaka, and I'm here to remind you that tonight at 7:53, really 8 p.m., we're going EST, of course. We're going live inside of the Michigan Real Estate Investor Network, and Blair Clark is going to be sharing her secrets on how not to fail as a real estate investor in 2023. So we are going to be talking about, actually, it's just going to be Blair, and she's going to be sharing a bunch of tips, tricks, tactics, and techniques that she's been using as a real estate investor over the last half decade to successfully flip a bunch of houses, stack some rentals, and she's actually a licensed agent too, so she does some work that way. So if you are getting into the real estate investing business and you are not yet a member of the Michigan Real Estate Investor Network, hashtag the network Facebook group, just scroll down wherever you're at watching this because there's a link to the group, 100% free to join. We've got over 10,000 hungry members who are all focused on Michigan real estate investing. So when you get piped into this community, you have the ability to meet people who are doing exactly what you want to do, who can help you get to where you want to go. Or if you're already doing business and you're looking to build JV relationships, possible private lenders, find off-market deals, heck, even probably find some contractors in there, right? There's tons of great resources inside the group, and that's where this live event tonight is going to be broadcast. So it's not in person, it's right here online so you can watch it. It's not going to go off till around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard, so you can get the kids to bed, finish dinner, sit down on the couch, put your earbuds in, and just listen. And there's going to be a moderator who is on standby answering questions. So if you have any questions for Blair or any of the experts inside the group, you can just ask your questions there right in Facebook chat, and people are going to be there to answer them. Usually when we have these events, sometimes we have 50, even 100 people watching live. So there's a lot of excitement that happens, even though it's an online event. So if it's the first time that you're ever watching one of our online events, then I definitely think tonight is one that you don't want to miss. And if you don't know what's going on right now, we are kind of in a bit of a market shift, right? You guys have all heard that. So the real estate market's a little bit different than it was the last few years, really the last almost decade. And it's a little bit tougher to find off-market deals, to find opportunities. Values are starting to kind of come back to where we think they're supposed to be. Values meaning like what the properties, what houses are actually selling for. So it's a little bit of a confusing time right now, which is actually a great time to get into real estate and real estate investing, because that means there's a ton more opportunity than there was before. Now, it was a little bit easier to sell houses the last decade, but it was really tough to find them. And now it's becoming a little bit easier to find them. I'm just checking on some stuff that we have going on here for tonight. So yeah, we've got more than a few dozen people who are signed in that are going to be there tonight. So again, if you just tuned in, make sure you click the link somewhere in this broadcast, and it's going to take you to the Michigan Real Estate Investor Network Facebook group. That's where we are doing tonight's live event. And during COVID, during that horrible time, we were doing somewhere between 6 and 8 live online events inside of our Facebook group. And we're going to go back to that in 2023. We're going to have live in-person events, and we're going to have online events too, because they're all going to be hybrid. You guys see the shirt wearing, I'm a hybrid. What does that mean? Does that mean that we do events in person and online? Yes. But what it really means is I'm a real estate investor and real estate agent. So I run a team of about 30 hybrid investor agents. We buy, sell, flip, do all that stuff together. And we even have a mastermind wrapped around it. So if you're a licensed agent or you want to get licensed and you're an investor, then just get a hold of me one way or the other. DM me, show up tonight on the event. Maybe we can have some conversation in the chat. I can tell you about what we're doing that makes us a lot different than a lot of other people out there. But tonight, what it's all about is really what's happening in 2023, how you can set your business up so that you have success and not failure. Part of that comes along with treating your business as a business and not a hobby. A lot of us get into real estate investing, or we get excited about it, right? Because it is exciting. Like, I live, eat, and breathe this stuff. It's my absolute life. It's all I think about, all I talk about. Since way back in the day when I was reading books like Rich Dad, Poor Dad, Think and Grow Rich, all those books that became foundational. And I'm actually going to be on stage with 𝗙𝗶𝗹, the author of Rich Dad, in about, I don't know, 3 weeks or so. So I'm kind of excited about that. That's going to be something I'm going to be able to mark off my bucket list, right, is hanging out with 𝗙𝗶𝗹, the author of Rich Dad. But aside from that, tonight, we're going to be talking about those same principles. We'll be talking about that cash flow quadrant. If you don't know what that is, that's teaching you the difference between being an employee or self-employed or a business owner or an investor, and how all four of those things kind of can combine into you having success right here in Metro Detroit, or anywhere really, in real estate investing and real estate in general. So those are some of the principles that we'll talk about. We're also going to talk about how to create passive income, how to stack up rental properties so that you can eventually either fire that boss that you don't want to work for anymore, or just add to your personal retirement. There's nothing wrong with keeping a W-2 job for your entire working career. Maybe you just want to stack rentals and have somebody else pay your mortgage or pay for your Disneyland vacation. Or maybe you want to stack a lot of rentals and flip a lot of houses, like I said, and fire your boss, throw him out the window or her out the window, right? And do this full time like some of us are lucky enough to be able to do. It's a challenge, but you get to work for yourself, and everything that you do affects you. So there's bonuses both ways when you look at it. So again, if this is your first time seeing me live here talking about real estate investing, if you're not already a member of the Michigan Real Estate Investor Network, scroll around here. There's a link to it. If you can't find it, just find me on whatever social platform you're watching me on, and you'll find a link to tonight's event. Like I said, there's 10,000 members of the group. So there's a lot of great people to connect with. There's deals to be done. There's money to be found, and really just knowledge to be gained. But more importantly than that, part of what Blair is going to talk about tonight is not just knowledge, because knowledge is important. But if you don't apply that knowledge, right, and put it to work, then it just sits there in the back of your brain. So that's good, but it's not powerful, right? So if you want it to be powerful, you have to actually apply your knowledge to something and put one foot in front of the other and take those first few steps. So if you're a little bit nervous, if you're afraid to do those first couple cold calls or door knocks or send those letters out, we're going to talk about that tonight, how you can build your inner strength and be unafraid to take those first steps. Because trust me, if I can do it, you can do it. So again, we're going to be doing multiple online hybrid events just like this for all of 2023 and beyond. So if you're not already connected to me, make sure we get connected. If you're a real estate agent or you're an investor thinking about getting your license, you want to be connected to a huge pile of investor agents who are doing business multiple ways, using their license, working with other investors, using their license to find deals, reach out to me. But more importantly, just get out there this year in 2023 and make it happen. I look forward to seeing you hopefully on tonight's event or sometime in the future. And if you're not already connected, like I said, let's make sure that we're connected. I'd love to find out what kind of deals you have, what kind of JV offerings you might have, or if there's any way that I can help you in real estate investing, I'd love to do it. So as always, your favorite hybrid investor agent for Metro Detroit, Dylan Tanaka. I'm a hybrid. Hope to see you on our event tonight.